Hello, it's Dr. Martinez. I want to share with you another really great workout with Retract-a-Band. I have copyrighted a wonderful workout session called 4-4-4 core. This one is going to be with your legs, your lower extremities, and I really want to show you how that works out with the Retract-a-Band. So as you know me, right, we've got this beautiful new Retract-a-Band. I've been showing everybody all white handles, and we're going to start having mixes with colorful tops and colorful bands, and it's going to be really good. You're going to love it. But let's warm up as usual. So, right, we're going to do legs. So, it'll warm up with your legs. You guys can do this on your own, of course, before my workout if you want. So I'm not going to do it very long. I have warmed up beforehand, so just to get ready for you all. But you can do kicks, of course, right? Something to warm up your lower extremities. You can go up on your toes, right? I sometimes do these kicks to get your hamstrings warm, right? And I love these, right? It gives me a little, New York City Rockettes kind of thing. So do a bunch of these for a few minutes. You can even stop the video. You can do just little twists, not too big, because I don't want you to hurt your back. Simple stuff. Don't go too intense. Some people are doing warm-ups, they're too intense. It's a warm-up. Toes, kicks, kicks, kicks. You can do these. Get your arms involved if you want. Okay, so you all do that for a couple minutes. Right, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, even up to 5 minutes. Sometimes my warm-ups are 10 minutes just because I get a little jog in. Right, I'll change directions. And sometimes put on some good music and just dance. Right, that's always good fun. Okay, so you got your warm-ups. All right, so let's get into 4-4-4 core. Right, something that I copyrighted and I really want to share with you today. So there are about 16 exercises, so here we go. So sit for the first few. We're going to get your Retract-a-Band. Okay, and what you're going to do is we're going to lengthen it a little bit. So open that locking mechanism, line up the hole where it's coming out of, pull it up, snap it shut, wrap it around one foot, then you can step on it with the other foot. Those magnets hold that together. Keep it firm. Remember, if it's taut, the handles will fly. So first exercise, easy. Dorsiflexion, right? Bringing that toe up. Keep this nice and tight so that you get a really good resistance, right? There's dorsiflexion. I like sets of different amounts. So, you can do sets of 10, that's very standard, but if you're out for endurance so that you can last longer, walk more, everything like that, then, do sets of 20, right? These are fine, 30. Okay, the second exercise, so that's one, is supination. Supination is when you roll. We've done these before in another workout. Good. Notice I'm keeping my knee as quiet as possible. But you do get supination if you open up your knee a little bit. It's okay, but if you're a purist, right, you can always pull your foot out a little more to get more tension. That's a lot of tension. That's gonna get my ankle strong. Good. And do your sets, right? You can always stop me and start me easy these days. Okay, then eversion, right? So your heel stays fixed to the floor and you evert out, right? You sort of pivot. And again, if you want more tension, you can either pull out, pull back in for less tension, or put this foot closer to the other foot. So I'm going to pull mine out a little bit, anchor that heel to the floor, and evert. Good. Ankle eversion. These are all exercises at the ankle. So it's going to be 4 at the ankle, 4 at the knee, 4 at the hip, and then core, of course, which is lumbar spine, other parts of your spine. Okay, so that's 3. So let's go over them with the other foot. So I bring my foot closer, I pull the band out, I had them locked to be safe, I twist to get it off, I wrap it around the other one, put those magnets together, you heard that, put it under my other foot, and so you have dorsiflexion, you have supination where there's a turn. This one feels a little weaker on my left side. You anchor the heel down and you have eversion. And you all are going to do lots of sets and reps based upon what you need. If you want some power moves, then you do very tough tension and you just do maybe 6 or 8. That's going to get you some power strength. Right? If you want endurance strength so you last longer, then you ease the tension and you do repetitions of 20 or so. So dorsiflexion, supination, lock the heel down, eversion. Good. Now, I did say there were 4. That's only 3. Okay, so I'm going to bring it back. Then I'm going to take this out. I'm going to keep it on the ball of my foot. Be careful with this, right? Twist that to open it up. Ball of the foot. I'm going to bring it up over the top of my knee. Lock those magnets together. Very convenient, those magnets. And I'm going to hold it, right? Don't do this without holding it. Now watch. See how it pulls my toe up? Push down. Plantar flexion. That's number 4 at your ankle. And there are 2 muscles there. They're in the calf. They share the Achilles tendon. One of them, the one I'm doing now, is primarily the soleus. They both work, but primarily called the soleus muscles. Really good for walking, really good for low-level exercises. And then all you have to do to get the other muscle, which is called the gastrocnemius, would be, I'll do it on the other leg, would be to straighten your knee. So there's my, I'm gonna twist this carefully because it's on tension. So hold those handles, don't just release them, they'll go flying. So then you pull that tension out, then I'll bring it on over, put it under the ball of foot. The second exercise is this one. Same thing, you just point your toe, exact same movement, but because you extended your knee or straightened your knee, different muscle works as the dominant muscle. Remember, they both work, but this is the dominant muscle called the gastrocnemius, really kind of Latin there, throwing at you. So that would be the 4th exercise at the ankle. So that's 4 at the ankle in our 4-4-4 core. Good. Okay, let's go to knee. So this is fun. This one's a little different. I'm going to open this up a little bit. Pop it open. Woo! Really good spring there. And pull it way out and snap that shut. And I'm going to put this one around the left foot and make sure that the heel is behind it, okay? Then you're going to put this one around the right toe and make sure it's right wrapped around there. Now some tension. Keep the left foot down. Keep that heel down, okay? And then you're going to hold those bands. It's tight. And I'm going to kick out. See how I kick through the band? Okay, so that's at your knee. It's almost pulling my my left heel. So you have to really hold that left heel down and hold your left hand here. Don't let go of those handles. I know I keep saying it, but it's important. I did have a few people let it go, and it goes flying, so be ready. They're good. Don't worry. They feel comfortable, so there's no worry about that. All right, kick. Kick. Ooh, quads. Right leg quads. Nice. Okay. All right, do your sets and reps. Woo! Okay, so now if I bring them out forward, again, notice that the heel of my band, the band is under the left heel and nice and taut. I got my left hand on it. And over the top of my right toe, be careful so it doesn't come flying off. If you straighten your legs a little bit, now just bend the left one, you get hamstrings on the left, right? The hamstrings bend the knee. It's right around, and there's no fear of it slipping out. Good. Okay, so that's number 2. Woo, there it did slip out, but it's nice and anchored underneath, over my right toe. All right, so we're gonna show you how to do that again with the other side. So I'm gonna take a nice long band. I'm gonna open mine a little bit because that was hard. Pull it out a little bit, all right? I'm gonna go forward and backward. You could put it down if you wanted. I'm gonna put my heel firmly in the middle of that band, pick that back up, and now I've got it right there in the tension of my right hand on this thing. Then I'm gonna put it down there again, put it under the toe of my left foot. There you go. Snapped on me. There you go. Now I got tension, so it's really firmly on there. I start like this, and I'm gonna pull and kick out on the left. So now I got quad on the left. And check my time. Good. I do have somebody else to work with the Retract-a-Band. Good. This is great. This is good. And it's pulling my my right leg a little bit because there's so much tension. I can feel that in my quad. Okay, so now keep the tension. See how it let go a little bit? We can reset. Put it under the left heel and over the right toe. Very good. I got it. I just need to add a little tension. I'm being a little too careful here. Okay, got it. All right, we're gonna reset. Sorry about that. Okay, so there it is, and there it is. We're gonna keep our legs straight out like this. I've got that tension, there we go. And then I'm gonna bend, there it is. Bend that right knee. Wow. All right, the hamstrings are in the back of your thigh. There are 3 of them. And when you do it like this, you're anchoring with that left side. It's neat with the Retract-a-Band because you don't need anything to wrap it around, other than body, maybe the back of the chair, but you use your own body parts. And getting a little crampy back there, so I have to be careful. Okay, so that's 2 at the knee, and I said there were 4. Technically, these next 2 are not knee exercises, but you can see when I do them that they're kind of look like they're sort of anchored at the knee. They're hip exercises, but they're gonna be around the knee, so I call them the 4 around the knee. So, all right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna wrap the Retract-a-Band. Mine has to get a little shorter, so I'm gonna pop it open, slide it in a little bit, good. Pop it open the other side, slide it in a little bit, snap it shut. I'm gonna put it around the front, lock the magnet, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna lean forward, you hold on to that, and you're gonna kick. See kind of how it looks like it's anchored at the knee? It's really a hip exercise, but it looks like it's here. So I threw it in the knee area. Good. And you come around, hold those because they're on tension. I'm only going to do a few because my hips are a little weak. I need to work on those a little bit more. I probably should do more because they're weak. Good. Good. Okay, so now that's number 3. You open this up. Good, I'm gonna have to get a little bit longer of a band. Pop it open, slide it out. Guys are getting really used to this now. It's a really good one. So, all right, so on this one, what you're gonna do is you're gonna wrap it around just the one leg, hold it to the outside. We've done this before, and hold it out here. You can put 2 hands on there if you want, and go inwards. Right? Good for the arms too. That's the 4th movement at the knee. We're going to call it at the knee. It's really a hip movement, but because it's anchored around here, you can see why I associated it with it. Whew. That's good stuff. remember to do the other side. So I'm going to open this up. So that was 4 there. So we did 4 ankle, 4 at the knee, right? This one was a knee, this one was a knee, that one was anchored at the knee, this one anchored at the knee. So there's my 4, 4. Now we're going to do hip. And in hip, we're going to do standing exercises, right? So I want you to, follow this closely. I'm going to go back to that, putting the band around the top of the foot and on the back of the other foot, right? So make it nice and long on this one. I'm going to open it up on each side. Look how long that one's. You're going to need the length. While in sitting, we're going to put it down and step on it, just like we did before. Nice and firm, and this time get your whole foot on it. You're going to need it. Then you're going to put it under the front toe. Good. And, right, I haven't been getting enough tension, so I need the tension, right? You're going to stand from there, right? So it's under that front toe. Good. Get the tension that you need. I like to hold on, right? Just to be safe, there should be a chair here. I have a little wall. So, and then straight leg. Straight leg. Hip flexion. Right? And you can feel it in here. Your hip flexors come in here. Really good tension because we're holding it down with the other leg. Hip flexion. Good. Okay, so now you can step on it with a little bit of tension, and you can pull up. I keep letting it go. You guys don't do that. You can pull up with the band on the back, right? I'm going to sort of move forward. Good, and now I've got tension on my heel in the back, right? I'm holding on here. You can hold on to something. You can put this down if you want, right? Hold that foot down. And now I'm going to hold on here and then extension, right? I'm pulling into the band with the heel of my left foot, holding on this so it doesn't let go, holding on to something over here for balance, and I'm pulling my leg with a straight knee straight back behind me. Gluteus maximus. I like to tease everybody and say the gluteus maximus gets all the media attention. Good. Good. And you don't want to pull your arm back with it. You want to keep your arm still. That will give you the tension. Good. I can feel it. The other thing that you don't realize until you do it is you're standing on the right leg, holding the band down. So you do feel some exercise, right? Stabilizing by putting your leg in sort of the stance position. So you do feel that exercise there, which is really good for you going upstairs, things like this. All right, so I'm gonna sit back down, make sure that the tension isn't too high. See my nice long band. Of course, if you have stronger legs than I, then what happens is you can make this much shorter, right? If you need it to be longer, you need it to be longer. It's fine, right? So then I put this down like this, step on it, don't step on the handle. Good, so I step on it firmly. My whole foot's on the band. Then I put my, over the top of my front toe and give it a little bit of tension. I keep doing that, so. Gotta love the Retract-a-Band because it really sort of, again, self-contained this exercise device. Okay, there it is. I got tension, and then I'm gonna go hold on to something and forward. Whoa. I can feel it in the right leg too, but the left leg, right? Notice I'm holding this back, pulling on that band. Hip flexors are here. I can feel them popping out. It feels good. Strong. Good, just checking out my time. Don't want to be late for my next client. Good, all Retract-a-Band, all day today. Good. Okay, so I'm going to put it down. I'm going to step on it with my left leg. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to sit on this one, pull it back over my right heel. Make sure it's got some tension. Stand, now I got good tension there. Chair is going to get in my way on this one, I can feel it. Right, I'm holding it here so it's tight. Hold on to a chair. Ooh, just push that chair back a little bit. Gluteus maximus. Somebody the other day told me it's like a Roman, gladiator. Gluteus maximus. Great. Okay, so that's 2 at the hip. Good. And then, of course, you can bring it back down. You can step on it with both feet sideways. Okay, so laterally. So I step there, step there. I can hold the tension. You can put it in front of you. Watch this one. You're going to like this one. Sometimes I call these monster walks. Good. That's hip abduction. Good. And of course, you can just do a bunch to one side. You can lock those locking mechanisms together and hold it with one hand while you hold on to something if you want. Good. Muscles there are also gluteal muscles, right? I like it better when I hold it with 2 hands. Gluteus medius and gluteus minimus, both in standing and in movement. And those are the other 2 hip exercises. Right? Well, I only gave you one. Excuse me. That's only one that's abduction. Then we get adduction. You bend over. You let one go. You put the locking mechanisms together. You grab it with both hands. You hold it out to the side. Then you go inward. I'm going to hold on here. Inward. Hip adduction. Right? I've told you before in previous videos, there are a lot of muscles on the inside of your thigh. These will strengthen them up. Self-contained retract-a-band. Love the all white and the contrast with the red. Good. Remember to do both sides, right? So that way you're not walking around in circles out there. Good. All right. So we've done 4 at the ankle, 4 at the knee, 4 at the hip, 4, 4, 4. And now you always got to get your core. All right. So I'm going to do that. Check my time. We're fine. Good. Okay. Here we go. So notice I kept it kind of long. I really like it. I'm going to shorten it a little bit. So I'm going to pop that open, line up the hole a little bit, let it slide in automatically, snap it shut, no problem. Okay. If you looked at my other videos, you'll remember this one too. If you flip this around the back of a chair, right, nice high back, hold those bands either here or you cross over for more of a tension, so a stronger exercise. All right, I'm going to do mine here. And then what you do is you just lean forward. The back of the chair is holding it so you get some tension. This is flexion, right? Abdominals. Good, because it's holding you back. If you did this without any band or anything, then it would actually be a back exercise, only because gravity, it would be a gravity thing. But since we have the band, it's abdominals. You want it harder, and you can do a lot of abdominal core work. I mean, you could do 30 of these, no problem. Of course, the further you go down, the harder it becomes. So that's core number 1. Good. Open this up. Core number 2 is easy. You just flip that band off the back of the chair and keep it around the back of your neck. Most people don't have any trouble. Try not to get it caught in your hair if you have long hair. And what happens is you get the right amount of tension, but your starting position is here. You hold the retract-a-band down to the sides and don't move them. And from here you lean back, and your back muscles are pulling the band because you're anchored here with your hands. Good. Feel it. Probably don't want to do quite as many of these, but again, your core muscles, your back muscles, there are multiple muscles there, paraspinals. They're very strong, right? Another name for them is erector spinae muscles, 3 sets, and they keep your spine erect. So I'm going from a non-erect to a more erect position. That's what they do. And you can really feel the tension here. Good. Okay, so now the abdominal obliques. You can do these in 2 ways. I'm going to show you 2 exercises. Check my time. Good. And we have time for both today. That's great. All right, so I'm going to, I think I'll keep the tension. I like the tension. So you can go back to around the chair. You could have done this one right after the first core exercise, but you know, it's fine. So I'm going to put them here, and what you can do is you can do a rotation, right? You can sort of turn, and you feel that tension as you turn, right? These are the abdominal obliques, but those are good. I was about to say what makes this interesting for me as a physical therapist is that it uses one of the obliques on one side of your body and a different oblique on the other side of the body. There are 2 abdominal obliques on each side. So when you rotate, they work in coordination, one on one side, one on the other side. So this is exercise number 3 at the core. And again, you can do lots of those. And exercise number 4 at the core is, what I like to do is you're going to put it around a foot. Make it pretty tight. Put those locking mechanisms, those magnets. I always confuse it. Locking mechanisms are for the band. Magnets are for the handles. You can stand and hold that in one hand and give yourself some tension here. And then you just side bend to the opposite side. So in this case, my left. The muscles are here. And if you put your hands and squeeze here a little bit, you can feel them tightening as you bend to the left. They are also abdominal obliques, but now the 2 on this side are working together, not one on each side. So versatile, these abdominal obliques. And then again, stop the video, do them on the other side, right? All you have to do, release the tension, turn it around, put it under the other foot, lock it together, and then the other side. Good. Remember, you can do a lot of these. They're going to really strengthen your core and adjust it to the need that you have. If you want it tighter, make the band tighter. Retract-a-Band, so versatile, right? So I'm ready to store. Pop it open, slide it in. You can hear that. Pop it open, slide it in, snap it shut, put the magnets together, stick it in my pocket. Gonna get out of here. But there it is, 4, 4, 4 core, right? So 4 exercises each, 16 exercises we did in a short amount of time. You're gonna get used to it. You'll love it. This Retract-a-Band is great. Now you have all these really wonderful colors and special features. Soon you're gonna be able to sort of customize one, maybe a blue top and a red locking mechanism, a white handle, whatever you want, right? So we're gonna do it for you. Dr. Martinez here. Remember, how do you reach your fitness goals? Retract-a-Band. All right, see you next workout.